Hello, my friends! Here I am with my weird hand gestures. I don't know how to hello. I'm here anyways with my TBR for August. I cannot believe it is fucking August. That's like the last month of summer, technically. What is happening here? Okay, so part of my TBR this month is for the Spooky Smart Bitch Readathon, which is hosted by Kat at Biblio Obscura and Jordan Reads, and I will leave the link to the announcement video in the description. I heard about this because Alex at Hey Little Thrifter did a TBR video for this, and I was like, you know what, this sounds super fun, even though I'm like trying to like limit my readathons because there are just so many fun ones, and I could get so caught up in like doing readathons and then like not really reading things that I really want to read. It's so easy to do. There are so like you could literally do 3 good ones a month for the whole year. So anyways, here with my my TBR for that, plus a couple other books that I'm going to read. So the Spooky Smart Bitch Readathon is a month-long readathon. It starts on the 1st and ends on the 31st. And there are 5 prompts, plus like a group read, but I've already read the group book, so I'm not gonna do that. And actually I lost my thing with the prompts on it. I'll be right back. I bought a Triscuit. They didn't have square-shaped Triscuits at the store when I went. They're like still, like people are still like panic buying shit. So I could not find square Triscuits, and I could not find the extra toasty Cheez-Its. What is my life? Actually, these triangle ones are pretty good though. Triscuits are for people who wonder what it would be like to eat a wicker chair. And the answer is pretty tasty. Mildly tasty. Okay, enough bullshit. Let's get on with this. Hopefully I don't have wicker chair stuck in my teeth. Okay, so like I said, there are 5 prompts for the Spooky Smart Bitch Readathon. The first one is to read a translated horror book. Oh yeah, the whole thing, if you didn't get like the spooky bitch part of it, is like reading horror. That's like what you do in this readathon. So the first prompt is to read a work of translated horror, and I guess that means like translated from your native language or translated to your native language. And for this I picked The Good Son by You-Jeong, and this is Korean, I believe. Yeah, okay, he lives in Seoul, so I'm assuming they're Korean. This is about a young man. He's in his 20s. His name is You-Jeong, and he has a seizure disorder, which sometimes causes him to, you know, be iffy on his memory, and like that becomes really kind of a big deal when he finds his mother in a pool of blood in the apartment that he shares with her. He has some memories of maybe like crying over her body and like her calling his name, and so he's like really unsure of even like himself, like did he do this or not? So I'm very excited about this one. It's been on my shelves for too long, just like all my other books. Okay, the next prompt is to read a 400+ page horror book. I have kind of 2 that I might even read both of them. So the first one here, this one, I actually stole this idea from Alex. This is Blood Games by Richard Laymon. I've never read any of Richard Laymon's books before. So this one is about a group of friends who get together once a year to do like kind of some thrill seeking, and this time they pick an abandoned lodge to explore, I suppose, and they find out that maybe it's not abandoned, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, this is, I don't know, 460 pages. It was really hard to find, at least for me, books for this prompt, because it was either something was like 380 pages or 700 pages, and it was like I only could find like 5 books that could like fit that, so that was kind of annoying. This one is one of my 5-star predictions, so I think I'll read this month either way. So I guess really it's like, will I read this one? I don't know. I think so though. But anyways, this is Contagion by Erin Bowman, and this is a sci-fi horror book. This is about like a space cleanup crew who are sent to like recover and clean up. Wait, no, I think that one's salvaged. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Listen. Okay, so it says, after receiving an urgent SOS from a work detail on a distant planet, a skeleton crew is dispatched to perform a standard search and rescue mission. But when the crew arrives, they find an abandoned site littered with rotten food, discarded weapons, and dead bodies. As they try to piece together who or what could have decimated an entire operation, they realize that some things are best left unburied, and some monsters are only too ready to awaken. I don't know why I said buried. Ray Bradbury. So that's what this is about. I really am interested in space horror. I got it mixed up with the synopsis for Salvaged by Madeline Rue, which I also really want to read, but that's Contagion. Salvaged is not that one. So next prompt is to read a BIPOC horror author. BIPOC stands for Black, Indigenous, Personal Color. So for this one, I picked Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is an Own Voices book, so it's written by an Indigenous author about an Indigenous character, and this Native American character is like a monster hunter, which sounds so cool. I have heard great things about this. This is the beginning of a series. I'm not sure how many books are in the series, but it seems cool. I'm looking forward to this one. I don't know. She just looks like such a bad bitch. She has like a leather jacket on. Like, who does that? It is so cool. Next prompt is to read a vintage horror book, something that was written between the 70s and the 90s. And for that I picked a book that's been on my TBR twice already this year. This is Brainchild by Andrew Neiderman. This is a book about a young girl who is very interested in like behavioral science, and so she decides to experiment on her family. And that's all I know, really. It has some step back art, which is pretty fun. I really like this cover. It's just so, I don't know, the thing about these like stark white covers with, I don't know, there's a couple of them that I have that and I just like really like them all. They're very eye-catching. Okay, and last but not least is to read a book written by a female author. You can double up on these challenges. I just am choosing not to, especially because this is a month-long readathon. But for this one I'm choosing Wonderland by Zoje Stage, and this is a new release. It came out last month. Finally, I've been waiting so long for this, and then I just couldn't fit it into my month last month. So here it is in August. This is about a family who moves to like a secluded piece of land, and something goes wrong. I am not sure if like the house itself that they move into is haunted, or like if the land that they're on is haunted, but something is going on. It seems creepy. I read Zoje Stage's first book, Baby Teeth, which was about a creepy girl, and it was very good. That one was a little bit polarizing though. I know some people liked it and some people didn't, but I'm hoping that she doesn't hit a sophomore slump, but that this will be so good. I have high hopes. I really hope this doesn't let me down, but I don't think it will. Okay, next two books here. I am reading Fat Camp by James Sabata. This is one that I wanted to pick up for like a book that is going to give me summer feels, and I think this will. This is about a summer camp for fat kids. Raging maniac slasher killer visits them. Oh my god, I have the hiccups. Okay, I think they're done. That's all I know about this. I feel like that's all I need to know going into this. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good, or at least like funny, so we'll see. Okay, I'm also picking up Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. If you are doing any sort of like bookish social media, if you tried to participate in the reading rush last month, you'll know that there is some controversy regarding what happened with this book and the readathon. It was supposed to be a group read, which I didn't even know about. I'd been to the website and there was a vote at that time, and this is one of the books, but it wasn't winning. Like, I voted for this one because, well, some of them were like YA contemporary, which is just like not my thing. I think also The House on Mango Street was a choice, which like I wouldn't have minded reading that, but like this was the only one on the list that I owned, and it's a book that I wanted to read, so I voted for it, and it like was behind, it was fairly far behind the other books at that point, or at least the one that was winning, I don't know. So I had no idea that this had suddenly become the group read, and actually hadn't heard anything at all about any group read on any of the videos that they had posted about it. And then apparently they were supposed to do a live show and talk about the book, and that went poorly because they didn't read the book at all and just kind of laughed it off, which is like, read the room, reading rush. Like, how could you not, you know, I don't know, like, yeah guys, it was kind of ignorant as fuck. Like, read the room. We're having, our cities are still burning. Like, there are federal agents kidnapping people off the streets in Portland. There are police shooting people in the chest and in the head with rubber bullets that are not non-lethal, okay? So it was in very poor taste, obviously, to laugh off not prioritizing a book written about, or written by a Black author about a Black girl who kind of has this like fake white allyship that she has to deal with. And this is about a nanny, a young Black woman who is a nanny, and she gets accused of kidnapping the white child she is the nanny for, and like the mom kind of like comes to the rescue, but I don't know. From what I've heard, there is some issues with how that relationship goes, and like maybe she's not necessarily defending this young Black woman because she really needs to be defended, but more like because it kind of makes her look good as a white person defending a Black person, kind of like some white savior complex thing. But I don't entirely know. I haven't read this, but it's been on my radar, and I was very excited when I bought it, but like everything I buy, it's sat on my shelf for a couple months. So I'm getting to it now. I feel like now is a great time to get to it, finally. So that's that. I also have a TBR pick this month, which maybe I shouldn't be doing because that's already like 8 books. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But fuck it. Let's see if we can do it, okay? Alright, okay? Okay. I'm gonna pick a star. Brown. What color is brown? What genre is a brown star? I don't think I've ever pulled a brown star from here. And it must not be one that I often buy books, like a genre that I often buy from, because otherwise I think I would remember what the color was. Let's see. Scribble, 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 scribble. Smoke. Why is this on this color thing? Because that's like a fantasy book, right? Anyways, I believe this is Smoke by Dan Vyleta, I believe the author's name is. I will put a picture of that up here. I'm not gonna go grab the book right now. Let's see what Goodreads has to say about this. I think this is one that's like kind of like a magical world book. I wonder why it's in my historical fiction thing though. Okay, let's see. In an alternate Victorian England, those who are wicked are marked by the smoke that pours out of their bodies. The aristocracy are clean, proof of their virtue and right to rule, while lower classes are drenched in sin and soot. Thomas Argyle is the only son of a wayward aristocrat. Charlie Cooper is his best friend. When Thomas finds himself under the boot heel of a sadistic head boy in the treacherous halls of their elite boarding school, I like that, He and Charlie begin to question the rules of their society. Then the boys meet Livia, the daughter of a wealthy and powerful family. She leads them to a secret laboratory where they learn that the smoke may not be as it seems, and together they uncover the truth about their world. That seems good. It does not have a great rating on Goodreads, but there is a reason I bought this book, so hopefully it's good. That is what I plan on reading this month. Hopefully I'll be able to get to all those books. That is quite a thing. I feel like Smoke is a little bit chunky too, maybe like 400 pages. Let's see what Goodreads says. Oh, 448. So that one's gonna be chunky. Maybe I'll be able to find an audiobook to read with. Anyways, that's all I have for you. As always, please let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them, because I always like to hear your guys' opinions. If you want to join in on the spooky Smart Bitch readathon, I will leave the link to the announcement video in the description of my video, so take a look. That's it though. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you later.